In this lesson, you will learn to calculate the surface area and volume of a sphere. So a sphere looks like this picture, and the formulas are given to you. Now, the formulas come from calculus, which is beyond the scope of what we're doing in this lesson. So for our intents and purposes, you just need to memorize these formulas. So the surface area is the entire area of the surface of the sphere. So imagine looking at a ball of some sort, and imagine you had to paint the ball, and the question is, how much surface area are you painting? Well, the surface area formula would be 4 times pi r squared. So it's kind of like the area formula of a circle, but then multiply that by 4. And the volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. And maybe a quick way to remember this is surface area is dealing with area, which is two-dimensional. So we have r squared is going to be the formula you're going to use for the two-dimensional. So the 2 for the squared goes with the two-dimensional surface area. And then the volume is three-dimensional, and so we have r to the third power, and then you put that 4 over 3. So the third-dimensional object, you use the third power. And so from here, once you have to memorize, just plug numbers in. Here the radius is given to you as 5, and so you plug 5 in for the radius and then solve. So you have 4 times pi times 5 squared would give you 25 times 4, which is 100 times pi. And then for the volume, you plug a 5 in for the radius again. You have 4/3 times pi times 5 cubed. 5 cubed is 125, and then 125 times 4 divided by 3, which would give you 500 pi over 3. And you could multiply by pi and divide by 3 to get an actual number answer if you want, to get pi out of there. Or you could even divide 500 by 3 to get some number times pi and leave pi in there. Either is fine, it doesn't matter which way you write this necessarily. Here's an example where the surface area is given to you as 36 pi, and the question is to find the radius and the volume. Well, the surface area formula is 4 times pi r squared. And we know the surface area already to be 36 pi, so I can plug that in to the surface area part of the formula. So instead of surface area, I can put in a 36 pi. And then from here I can solve this for r by getting rid of the 4 and the pi. When I get rid of the 4 and the pi, I do that by dividing both sides. And now on the left side, the pi's will cancel. 36 over 4 gives me 9. So r squared equals 9. And the question is, what is r? Well, r would be 3, because 3 squared would give you 9. And then the volume, we just plug that radius in to the volume formula, and it's going to give me 4/3 times pi times 3 cubed. 3 cubed is 27, and then 27 times 4/3 would give you 36, and then multiply that by pi. And then here's one other example where the volume is given to you, and in this case you're trying to find the area. So you're trying to find the total area, but to do that we need to know the radius. Well, to find the radius, I can use the volume that's given to me, plug that into the volume formula. So in place of v for volume, I'm going to put in a 20 times pi. So now from here I can solve this for r by getting rid of the 4/3 and the pi. So to get rid of the 4/3 and the pi, what I do is I divide both sides by 4/3 and pi. Well, when I divide by 4/3, that's the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal, which is 3 over 4. So I'm multiplying both sides by 3 over 4. So that will cancel, and then also dividing both sides by pi as well. So I'm dividing both sides by pi and multiplying by the reciprocal. So what I have is going to be 3/4 times 20, which gives me 15. So I have 15 on the left side, and on the right side I'm left with just the r cubed. So then to find r, I take the cube root of both sides, and that will get rid of the cubed. So now I'm left with r equals the cube root of 15, which would give me 2.47 meters. So now I have the radius. I can plug that into my surface area formula. And so now I have 4 times pi times 2.47 squared. 2.47 squared times 4 times pi would give me my final solution of 24.4 pi. And that concludes our lesson for today. We will see you next time.